Atlas post Exalted Weapons rework. One more time. Now let's just buff with crit and petrify them for the damage vulnerability. But if you're the type of a guy that prefers big hits, we also got an alternative for that. Just remember that was without any priming, no viral, and we have condition overload here. So why not? Let's take a look at primed enemies. 10 virals. Oh, into hundreds of mils on Exogoxats with just a quick swing at them with the first punch, which is also the weakest one of them. One more time. Petrify them, get our crit. Where's our pet? Here goes the prime. And we got 10. Best companion for Atlas is obviously Panzerwulpafeila. This is the build, you can pause if you need to copy it. And for the claws, we have this. You can slap wherever you want on the last mod slot, it doesn't really matter. What matters is to have the swipe, and that's pretty much it, to be fair. Make it, give him stance for him to attack, so we can get some tandem bond, but it's not needed at all for Atlas case. This is more of my universal build for all the new Exalted Weapons stuff, so Seismic Wand is here, even though on Atlas we do not benefit from it at all. It's just my standard build to fit the priming and the Resourceful Retriever as well. There are two weapons that I'm only using for their mods, which is any rifle for the Amalgam Serration that provides us with sprint speed, and I use Praedos for all the mobility nodes we can get on it. And our Grimoire, it's Grimoire, just renamed to Noctua, in case people ask it for 50 billion time, that's Grimoire, as you can see on the ribbon. But anyways, we have two Augur mods, this is very important for our energy gate, and that's pretty much all that matters on your secondary. You can use any of the secondary weapons, I just use this in case I wanna spice it up with ability strength buff. And of course we're using Naramon for the power spike, for the quality of life, but if you don't really mind about the combo points and you're pretty sure that you won't drop them off, you can always go for the Madurai for the sling strength, and let's just do it. Let's just spice it up with a bit more ability strength. I will use Madurai to showcase you the build because there is a very important thing about that particular school, that sling strength is not the main point of it. The main point of it is the casting speed, which is amazing for Atlas. But if you don't play Naramon, just make sure that you have secondary dexterity and primary dexterity on your weapons to extend the combo duration. For Atlas build, I go with preparation because I am lazy and I want to get full energy on spawn, but feel free to use wherever you want. Pre-freeze spite is for our shield gating, so is adaptation, and the augur mods we have on our secondary. Rubble Hip Augment is just not a question, it doubles the damage and makes it travel twice as fast for our landslide, just not a question, it's a must-have. Primed Continuity, Transient Fortitude, Blind Rage, Primed Flow, and we go for Overextended Archon Stretch, and if you want you can put Augur Reach as well for the energy into shield, and well, if you don't want full ability strength you can swap one of these for Augur Reach to get even more range on our landslide. I'm using Wrathful Advance, but if you want you can use Roar, because our landslide has a lot of base crit anyway, but I just want to go full on red crits. But you definitely should go for Roar if you wanna base on melee influence build, because it will just make the rooms just go poof. Multi-augmented, Arcane Fury, like I'd say both of these are completely flexible, up to what you prefer. I just love multi-augmented and Arcane Fury. I used before Arcane Steadfast, but well, the shield gating is mandatory for the survival, so here we go. I have Fury and Augmented. I tried with Avenger and other ones, but I think this is just my favorite. So to sum it up, the only not flexible stuff in here, we have Primed Continuity for the Helmin duration, Overextended and Archon Stretch, well, you need the range, it just makes it feel so much better. Adaptation, because we wanna stay alive, and Trouble Hip plus the Aura, like this makes just the most non-flexible slots. The Helmet ability we use is completely flexible, Roar is always good, Eclipse is good, it doesn't even matter which slot you put it on the 4 or the 2nd, but those are the 2 mod slots for Helmet, that's for sure. If you're feeling comfortable, you can swap adaptation for the Augment for our Petrify, the Orgaze to farm some loot meanwhile you play Atlas and destroy everything, and well, for Landslide I really don't like that, and it's bugged out with the Rubble, so fuck that completely. And well, this is just the way I like it on the 4th ability because of Precision Intensify being sometimes actually used. This is our loadout for melee exposure, which is just straight up doing the biggest possible single target hits. I mean, you're gonna hit in AoE of course, but it's all about the biggest possible hits. And well, sometimes you can swap Magnetic Rush depending on what element you need to depending on the mission you are in. So if you're versus like Orokin, the Corrupted, you really want to go full on viral. But overall, I just realized that this damage is so overgrown that I started just using spring-loaded blade and not really care much. But anyway, if you want the most of it, just slap the biggest possible damage increases, aka not even 60 mods, just straight up. Oh, I can't even fit it, but yeah, just use the straight up flattest damage possible, just get that viral and do the biggest damage. And this is also why we have melee exposure, because it's just a flat plus 240 of corrosive, which is one of the best elements in terms of like raw damage output, so just perfect. If you're enjoying my content, remember to subscribe and click that bell icon to get notified with my latest uploads. And without further ado, let's continue with the video. But of course the best possible loadout is the melee influence loadout, because that arcane is just simply broken, and then we just go blood rush, galvanized steel, we build the blast, or we just go electricity, up to you. I'm just loving blast right now. You can also go for viral, galvanized elementalist, mainly for status damage and status chance, which is just making it a perfect mod slot here. Weeping wounds for even more status chance, of course. Everything's based on combo points, but we generate them so fast on Atlas that it doesn't really matter, it's based on it. We get them in an instant and then we basically don't really drop them ever, since we just spam landslide, and we have primary and secondary dexterity or Naramon, so once you generate it, you never really drop it unless you fucked up and died. That is the only possibility of dropping them. And primed reach to get the range. We have 12.4, but remember, it's only on the first hit. You have 3 punch combo and you go up to 18.8 meter range. We're also using ×5 Violet Archon shards for the critical damage, so we can save mod slots with the critical damage. Perfect. And anyways, Atlas energy is 755 with primed flow, so perfect vessel for violets. Only poor Voruna and Ash getting fucked by their energy. And now, all that's left is to show you how it looks like in a mission, and trust me, this is one of the most fun Exalted weapons. I always found it very fun, never could understand why people not spam playing Atlas, but well, just come and watch. So we start the mission simply getting our armor for the passive, so you can cast for free. Each combo point gives us significant damage increase. We can get the critical for it, and boom. One more time and we should be nearing the max. Heavy attacked accidentally from the Wrathful Advance. Remember, we are invulnerable for time of our punch. And also, if we miss a single health point, we're not gonna get armor, we will just heal. So keep your shields up. Shield gated. Have it again accidentally. And we can just spam landslide now for free. We got a Petrify from time to time to refresh the 1.5, so it takes some time to go back to 1.2. Since over 1.2k of our passive armor stack, we have landslide faster, more damage, and it's free, so it's not gonna shield gate us, it's gonna only immune us. So the shield gate, perfect button for it would be Petrify, since it's very expensive as well on energy. Gonna give us a lot of shields back. But we should be quite durable without anything, since we have adaptation. Let's see if we can withstand a couple of shots. Yep, we don't die immediately like other frames. But now should be better, since our adaptation stacked. Let's see. Yeah. But shield gets stealed away. Every petrified guy will heal us afterwards. And yeah, basically enemies have to come to us, because we exploding the whole rooms. Oh, the chain! One more. Oh no, that's first punch now. No range. Remember, the third punch is the longest. Don't exactly know how the combo window looks like now for those punches, since we have so much more range and combo duration. Let's refresh the shield. The armor, I mean, not the shield. I mean the shield as well, meanwhile. Look, pack of enemies and they are all gone. Just look on the map, it's easier. Pack of enemies here. And here. I don't even have my crit buff up really. Like, damage is so heavily on the side of enough and more than enough that I don't even care about that buff. That buff just gives us stupid damage. 12 mils AoE on everything, then we get the influence procs, so. We could also use Roar by simply getting the crit from Blood Rush. Now I just used Wrathful Advance to save myself a slot. And I would be honest just using Electric at that point. We could also use Toxin to apply the Corrosive, but everything's kinda insta-dead. Just like the Acolyte. Oh, without crit he survives. Let's one-shot him with the Praedos. But he gives us a Steel Essence. Beautiful. Some duration would be nice, to be fair, for that crit buff. That's why I keep forgetting about it. The duration's quite low. Let's see how far we can push all the ability strength stuff. Let's summon Nidus, Spectre. We actually got the 60. So now we have 404 tiers of crit for free. Let's see the damage. Looks quite lovely. Right, let's petrify them again. That's damage vulnerability, plus 50%. Oh. Quite lovely numbers. Considering we are immune during that. So you can just spam the punch all the time to stay immune. So if anything survives it, you can just spam your punch. Quite lovely, actually. How it looks like now in the AoE destruction. You could go also for big numbers, to be fair, with the exposure loadout. And I think not much would change in terms of AoE killing. He would just do way more damage. Let's actually compare it to the melee exposure build. Hope I can survive it, because I'm swapping adaptation to precision intensify for the funsies, for the most crit, for the biggest hits, and remember that's the build we're gonna be using now. I even forgot I have Blood Rush on the first build, but yeah, we're gonna be using the exposure now. I'm also gonna be using my good old guy, which is our Mecha Dog Primer, set like this, and for the mods on the Mecha pet, we're gonna go with Silent Loadout, because it doesn't... Actually, I'm gonna go to the cool, because we need Primed Pack Leader, and I know it's here, so it's cool loadout means some melee. And well, let's see how hard I can punch them. I already have Nidus out, I'm gonna get Noctua real quick. Or the ability strength. Oh, they're gonna spawn here after all. Petrify them instantly. Oh no, the pet killed them. Time to stack the armor. Then we're gonna think of the ability strength. Okay, we're gonna get Void Sling strength. Some energy and punch MM. Oh my god, that damage. Oh my god, that damage. And that's halfway on the combo points, by the way. I need some energy. Can they start dropping some energy? Oh, it's 100 mils without any stack, man. Oh my god, this damage. This damage is pure love. Oh, let's freeze this guy. Only 2 debuffs though. I need some energy. How long my path? 26. Damn. I need the energy. I really do need the energy. Spending it so mindless isn't the best idea after all, huh? Finally, the pad is back. I can punch them meanwhile. For free. I'm gonna freeze those guys again. Get energy. Sling strike. And now we're gonna punch. No, they dying. To what they dying? 300 mil. Stop dying to nothing. 500 mil. Damn. Maybe swapping adaptation wasn't the best idea because all I see is my shield breaking. But, well, it is for the sake of fun after all. Freeze them. Punch them once. Both builds work perfectly fine in AoE. But this one packs the fucking punch, not gonna lie. 30 millions. Without any buff. Just landsliding them up. It's insane. Not even debuffs, 20 mils. Like God knows where my mecha dog is. Since he didn't really got the stance, he's still quite stupid in terms of how he works. Damn, this is a lot of damage. Refresh our rock armor. One more pad. Damn. Exposure is still fun. It's still the arcane that provides you a lot of elemental damage for free. And one of the best elements as well, which is corrosive. Oh, he's gonna get punched hard. 240. Imagine if I could petrify him, but fucking bubble. 300 mils. Damn. I could push it into the damage gap if I shifted a build a bit, but I don't think it's worth it to lose overall quality. They just explode. Chaining should be way easier like this. No, there's no enemies left to chain. This is like... making this build weaker would actually make it feel better, because you would be able to chain two enemies with your punches. But this is just destroying them completely. Heavy gun or not, doesn't matter. All dead. Oh, I'm gonna hit him hard. 200. I don't even know which number is which, to be fair. D8. This is pure viral, by the way, on the weapon, remember? So they take a lot of more damage from it. It's like faction mod that we cannot have on the weapon. From Riven, I mean. Riven still doesn't give you the newest faction damage increases. Oh, I'm gonna hit him hard. Or 30. Imagine if I just wait for the priming from pet and I get my ability strength again. How much it is? 572 crit chance. How hard I'm gonna hit him? 143 on the heavy gun. Boom! How hard was it on the Acolyte? Well, no clue really. But yeah, I think I prefer this build actually than Influence because it smacks so hard. Like I can finally say fuck the Influence just because it kills in AoE just as hard as the Influence build. But it smashes the biggest numbers, which I'm in love with. And that will be all from me for now. All I wanna say is I'm sticking to my exposure loadout. I'm just gonna swap the precision intensify back to adaptation because I prefer him being tankier than what I just saw, constant shield break. But hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, share and subscribe. And as always, see you on the next one.